Yeah, it was a great game. I said to Mark when the referee was setting the balls up at 12 each that I thought it was going to go that way. The two of us played really well and just hit each other constantly for 2 days.
I mean, you started a bit ropily. You were 4-0 down. You were 7-5 adrift. You were 12-8 up. Sorry, 10-8 up. Did you think you'd blown it at 12-10 down because you had chances?
Yeah, I missed a bad black off the spot when I had Mark at the time. I had him missing a couple of balls, and I took my eye off the black, looking at where I was canning the red. And Mark, being the good player that he is, kind of punished me for it. And then I lost another bad frame when it was, I don't know what the frame was. I think it was 60 odd up. We cleared up to go, I don't know.
12-10.
12-10. That was a bad frame as well. But again, I think my temperament, no matter what anybody says, my temperament's pretty good. And I never let it bother me. And I knew if I got a chance, I was playing well enough to take it.
Does the fact that you've had a lot of success here in the past help in those situations when your back's right against the wall, it's the point of no return, you're playing a top-class player? Can you draw on your achievement here before? Yeah,
I said that before. I said the last time I was here that the fact that I've won it before, I think is a massive advantage because there's nothing that could happen that I've not seen before. I mean, that match, there's similar matches I've had before. I had a match with Ken Dockery that was kind of similar to that. I had a lead, lost it, and came back to 12-all and lost that one. So I know everything that can happen, but I was just happy the way the game was. I thought it was a great spectacle. I don't think anybody watching that match they would have nothing but admiration for it. It was just two players going for everything.
It's not just that you've made the semi-finals here; it's the manner in which you've done it. You know, you've wiped the floor really with Ebden, Maguire. You've now beaten Allen from away behind. You must be brimful of confidence now as you go into the one-table situation.
But I mean, obviously that was the biggest match. That was the match that gets me back in the top 16. It was massive to get in after 1 year. I think if I'd lost that match 13-12, it would have been hard not being in the 16. I think. I mean, to qualify for 5 out of 6 tournaments, get to the quarters of the world and finish 17 would have been hard to take. But I'm obviously over the moon. I'm happy the way I'm playing. I think I'm showing you guys as well that I'm not pigeonholed as a tactical grinder.
No, absolutely. You've been knocking the brakes in all over the shop. But it's been a dramatic turnaround in your fortunes, isn't it? Because it's not that long ago that you were really struggling even to stay in the 32, never mind the 16.
Yeah, that was a year and a bit ago, right enough. I mean, kind of after the first couple of tournaments this year, things picked up. I think it might even have coincided with the announcement of Barry Hearn, and it kind of made me want to. I don't know. I want to be a part of it. I don't want to just sit there and my career's finished. So it maybe gave me the kick up that I needed.
So there's no doubt that Hearn will be getting your vote then when the proposal is put on the table?
All day, I think it's a no-brainer, to be honest. I don't know how anybody wouldn't vote for it, to be honest.
Although there do seem to be one or two misgivings, particularly about this notion of him having, a controlling stake in World Snooker.
Yeah, I think the vote will be quite close, but I think I've owned 100% of the rights since I've played snooker, but I never got anything for them, so 100% of nothing's nothing.
What about the prospect then of the semi-final? It's either Ronnie O'Sullivan or Mark Selby. You've had a couple of extraordinary matches with O'Sullivan here before. How do you go into that one?
I don't care, really. I don't really care. I'm playing well. I don't really care who I play, and that's the honest answer. I know some people, because Mark's unbelievably good. He's so consistent, and that was the big game for me. But at the end of the day now, I've got a lot of points, I've got a lot of money, and I'm in the semis, so I've got a chance to win it. So that's all I'm thinking. So
I guess the pressure's off you now. Anything else is kind of a bonus from here.
Yeah, I think I've played really well with the pressure on, so hopefully I can play a little bit better with the pressure off.
Graeme, when you won in 2006, quite right, I know you were annoyed with a lot of the negative press and you didn't get the praise you definitely deserved. Is that a motivation to go and win it again? And to sort of...
I think it is. I mean, I think I played well. I played well the year after I won it. That was probably the best I'd played. And I think I showed people that year that I'm pigeonholed wrong, the way some people like to look at it. But I think that match there proves the fact. I mean, there's not that many players can stand toe to toe with Mark Allen and hardly play a safety shot, because it was break after break, basically every frame. And I thought that was the best way to play Mark Allen, to be honest. I didn't think my safety is good enough to cope with Mark Allen's long putting, so I thought I'm as well just going for everything, and luckily it worked.
Mark's just been very complimentary about you, but he also suggested you maybe need to find an extra gear in the semi-final. Is that Is that
Yeah, no, that's a fair comment. That's exactly the way I see it as well. And I would have said the exact same if Mark had beat me, it'd be the same thing. I'm just careless. It's the only thing that's wrong with what I've been playing so far. I'm just careless. With me playing a bit quicker, I'm prone to being a bit careless, and my cue ball control is nowhere near as good as Ronnie Sullivan and Mark Selby, so I need to tighten up with that.
Right, last year, obviously you suffered from depression and feeling absolutely awful. And 12 months on, it's an unbelievable transformation. Just tell us, how low did you actually get in terms of the way you're thinking?
Compared to snooker, I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't playing. I wasn't practicing. I mean, basically, I've had a year out. I know, obviously, I was showing up to tournaments, but it was basically taking a year out because I wasn't practicing for tournaments. I was going to a tournament and just, as soon as somebody won the first frame, I was giving up. I had no interest in playing snooker.
How close did you therefore come to packing it all in?
Well, I mean, probably even this year, I've spoken to my wife a few times about it, thinking, but I've nothing else that I could do. Well, I don't know anything else that I could, any other way of earning money. So basically had to play, but I mean, my wife at one point was all for me to give it up because I was so bad. I mean, it's a credit to her, she's still with me, to be honest, with what she must have been through, but it was obviously as low as you could get. I mean, people that have had depression know how bad it can be, so it was as bad as it could get.